If you're just tuning in and you're not involved in this, folks, we're going to have to wait a couple of minutes for the rest of the clan members to arrive. I had scheduled this and I'd set it all up and I tested it and it worked fine 2 hours ago. No problem at all. Everything was groovy. Brian, can you hear me okay, pal? Brian Seaman. Let's wait and see if Brian can hear me. Martin Yoxall. Hiya. How you doing, Brian? Martin? Martin, Brian, can you hear me okay, mate? Life in the shady lane, everyone's there. I can hear you fine. Excellent. Thank you very much. Cheers for that. I'm really sorry about that, folks. Genuinely, it worked fine 2 hours ago. No problem at all. Even got the GoPro working. Everything was sweet. But when I hit that magic button, nothing. Anyway, thanks very mumuch for bearing with me. So, who we got here? We got Brian Seaman, Martin Yoxall, Life in the Shady Lane, Average Bikers in a Cave. How you doing, boys? Ian Juddy, how are you? Tony Hannum, how you doing, Tony? Adam Shand, how you doing, pal? Demo Shevo. Demo, have I not just chatted to you on another Zoom call? Was that you earlier? I think that's you, isn't it? You one in the same? Coming to Wales with me this weekend? Adam Shand, what's up, Bruce and all? All good, man. It is 42 degrees in this office at the moment with these studio lights. I've had to open the window and it's made bugger all difference. I'm sweating cobs off. 2-4 Charlie, Simo, how you doing, pal? All good. Fantastic. Right, I suppose I better run through for anyone that's watching, listening, and doesn't know what's been going on. You're not involved in the clan. I was originally supposed to have somebody else on. Well, I did a podcast with a chap called Ed Gold. Sadly, Ed, once we finished the podcast, decided he wasn't happy with it and didn't want it to go public. So I had to pull it, which left me in a bit of a dilemma yesterday where I was like, oh no, what am I going to do for this week's podcast? Because I've just got it all back up and running after it being a little bit sort of erratic over the last month or two. So yeah, I thought, why not? Let's do a clan live stream. How's everybody doing? Let me have a little look at the chat here. Mark from Leeds. How do, pal? Cracking. Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much for your company. Ollie Rye. Oh, hey up, gorgeous. How do? John Bellamy. Hi, pal, from a cool Tenerife. Oh, John. I mean, I think it was almost 40 degrees here today. What's it like over with you? I mean, that's probably a daily occurrence over there in Tenerife. Ventura, Martin, how are you? Evening, pal. Debbie Clegg. How you doing, Debbie? Hiya. Robert Aitken. How you doing, Rob? You all right? Brahmin. Right, has everybody got a drink for this evening, whatever your tipple of choice is? I'm having one because I am melting. Slangs. Richard Johnson, good evening. Richie here in Switzerland. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I've still got to edit the Switzerland series. I took a 5-day trip there last year. Went pretty much ticked off all the passes and I've still not edited it. It's on a massive, ever-growing list of stuff I need to get edited. Adam Shand, how'd the ABTV Zoom call go? Are this lot as bad as we were? Went all right eventually. We got about half people on, I think. There's 18 of us coming on this one this weekend, so it was good. It was good. 2-4 Charlie, hope you booked the ABR next year, dude. We need commitment. Do you know what? That's something I need to chat about in this. At the moment, I can't do the ABR next year. I'm gutted. They asked if I'd go and do the pub quiz with Andy, and same sort of stuff as I did this year. But I can't do it. The plan at the moment is I'm going to be doing a joint tour with MCI Tours, and they asked if I would do one of their bucket list tours to Nordkap. It's a 3-week road trip up to Nordkap, and it will be exclusively for you lot, for my TeapotOne sort of community. But I've agreed to it, but it's mega exy. I think it's about, he hasn't finalised prices yet, but I think it's around about the 5.5-6 grand mark for the 3 weeks, and I don't know if we're going to fill that or not. So at the moment, that's what we're supposed to be doing, but it might not happen, I suppose. If it doesn't, I would love to be at ABR because it was mega, and you lot look like you were having a great time. Mark from Leeds, Robert, did you ever buy that greenhouse? Fento, drinking sparkling water here. Very civilised, man, very civilised. Adam Shant, enjoying a nice whiskey in the garden and just started raining. Is it raining, is it? I've had to open the office window because it's just scorching in here. Right, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? What do you fancy chatting about? Let me know. Give me a topic in the questions. I'll have a little drink while you decide. Stephen Gibbons, how you doing, pal? How's everything going? How many have we got in here? We've got 25 in here at the moment. John Webber, how you doing, pal? Fentour, UK best rides. Now. Right. Well, that's on the ever-growing list of content I still have to edit. I'm doing a series with Simon Weir from his book A to Z Britain for Bikers. So the aim is to try and get as many of them committed to video as we can. So I think at the moment I've got about 4 that I still have, if not 5, that I still have to edit. I'm just in the middle of the Romanian series at the moment, which I have to get out. I've got to get that out sort of over the next month, really. So as soon as that's done, I can get cracking with everything else. There's just such a backlog of content. Sheesh. I just saw something. Boxers or tights? Or tights? Whiteys? Is that tiny whiteys? Is that what you mean? Tiny whiteys? Boxers. It's got to be boxers. You've got to let them hang free, Ollie, for sure. But UK best rides, Martin. That's a good one. God. Well, I kind of think for the UK, for me, Scotland comes tops. Not just because I'm Scottish, but I genuinely think best riding is up there. Then probably Wales, and then it's going to be somewhere like, all up in the north's good. North Yorkshire, where we went with Pete. Lakes. Peak District, that's fantastic. I was really amazed around Cadwell. Lincolnshire's got some stunning roads. Great fun up there. But yeah, there's so many, Martin. The comments have all just flown in. Right, where were we? So that was Fentour. UK best rides. Then Tony Hannum said Scotland trip. Yes, mate, we're going to have a giggle on that Scotland trip. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Richard Johnson, awful news about Boothie. Yeah, it was, man. Yeah, it was. But I mean, we've seen how the biking community's come through for everybody, and I don't even know what they're at so far. How much they've raised. It was tens of thousands before. But terrible news for the boy. But I'm sure he'll bounce back. I'm sure he will. Steve Fletcher, hi sexy. Hiya. Life in the Shady Lane. Drinking Thatcher's by the Atlantic, but it does have an umbrella thingy in it. Does it? Thatcher's? Cider with an umbrella? Posh. Average Bikers in a Cave. Next clan meetup. Well, yes. For this year, do you know we've got nothing organised for this year, but we've already got one organised for April next year to the TT. TT's happening. So Ben, who is organising it all, he's doing a recce out there. I think it's late September, October time. And then he's going to get back to us with a definitive cost for hotels, links to book, links for the ferry, everything like that. And then we all just jump on it and get it done. Can't wait. That's going to be a mega one, that, to start the sort of season off next year. But this year, where do you fancy going? Because we need to have another clan, at least one more clan meetup here. Where'd you fancy? I was thinking about like day rides or something rather than, do people want to commit to a weekend? Because if you want to commit to weekends away, we can keep doing that. But I was thinking, if we met for like a brunch somewhere, we could just meet some part of the UK and do a ride, have some grub, carry on with the ride, and then people can just carry on in their way. Or would you rather we just did like weekend affairs? I'm just thinking, like, obviously I'll need to travel, but for other people, some people might just want to do a day. So if we do like a local one in the southeast, one in the southwest, one in the Midlands, one over in Wales, one up in the north, one into Scotland, all that sort of stuff. What do you think? This is your thing. This is your sort of little playground, folks. So let me know what you want there in terms of the meetups. 24 Charlie, your future plans for the channel. Simo, you know what? I'm sort of. I need to know what you all want, to be honest with you, because there's no point in me creating content that nobody wants and nobody wants to watch. And at times I've got to be honest, at times it does feel a little bit like that. As I'm like, does anybody actually want to watch this? Because sometimes you put stuff up and it gets like 1,200 views, 2,000 views, and then another time you put stuff up and it will get like 50,000, 60,000. So it's just, there's obviously a big demand there, and I'm sort of guided by you guys. You tell me what you want, and I'll make that content. For me, I'll be honest with you, I have to start making this pay its way, because I've sort of treaded water for 2 years, and you can't keep going on in life like that. I need to be making some money out of it. So tours are going to be happening again. The tours help to generate. It's not all about money, obviously, but if you're looking at this as a career, then I need to be able to sort of plan for some sort of future, for sure. And apart from that, I just want to get speeding up, really. I want to create more content, get more than one vid a week out. If I can get one vid every sort of 5 days, 4 or 5 days, that would be awesome. And I've got the new MacBook now, the new computer, and it's so much easier. It's so much quicker. I've already got a couple of vids in the can at the moment, but I can't release them yet. I've got to keep on a 1 a week schedule at the moment, just because I've got tours and loads of stuff coming up over the next month or two. So I need to keep some stuff in the bank. Adam Shand, it'll be raining there in about 10 minutes if it's raining here. If it's raining here, might be an opportunity to run outside and cool off. Excuse me. I've got to go and walk the pooch after this, actually. So I could do with it raining. I've just had a shower as well. Demo Chevo, trip organising. When will there be some more? Is this for Scotland? Yes. Simon is finalising the road books, so once he's got them, I'll email you all and get them sent out. We've got the WhatsApp group for general chit chat, don't we? And that is about it. You don't need anything for Scotland in terms of documents for your bike. So if you can ride in the UK, you can ride in Scotland. We'll just off we go. I'll put up details for the meeting point and everything, and that'll be us. If you've got any questions about the Scotland tour, just whack them, either email to me or put them in the WhatsApp, because if you've got a question, sure as damn it somebody else has. So just whack them in there and I'll reply as soon as. Uncle Semtex, how you doing? Woohoo, we're in. How's it, Bruce? All good, pal. All good, thank you. Sorry, I've sort of stuck between looking at this and that, because the webcam's there, but obviously I'm not using that. I'm using a GoPro, and I keep looking somewhere in between. So sorry, apologies about that. Where were we? Cheddy, Commando. Or is that boxers or tiny whiteys? Oof. Yeah, not me. Paul Tate, evening Bruce and clan, glad you're not in your pants. I'm naked from the waist down. That's a sight for you, isn't it? That's a vision. Oh blimey, sorry, the comments just jumped. Bloody hell, how many people we got in here? There's only 31 of you, but there's about 8 million comments. Average Bikers in the Cave, Cumbria, Fentour, Lincolnshire's awesome, yep. Brian Seaman, Fort William to Mallig. Now that's a good road. That is a good road. Goes by the Glenfinnan Monument, doesn't it? It's beautiful out that way. Debbie Clegg, Ian and me on the KTMs. We've done 3 of Simon Weir's A to Z: Essex, Derbyshire, and Cambridgeshire. Epic. Yeah, they are good. They're good little rides, aren't they? They only take like an hour, 2 hours, something like that. They're nice little rides, them. Darren Lindsay, I feel blessed to have so many amazing roads around Callander and Glencoe. Absolutely. My brother lives sort of up that neck of the woods, and it's just biking mecca, isn't it? Thankfully, Mrs. Teapot wants to move up there when she finishes in her job down here. So hopefully someday reasonably soon that could become my backyard. We'll see. Robert Aitken, can't sleep, Bruce. Any further word on the Isle of Man trip? Yeah, it's happening. It's definitely happening. To be honest, when I posted that, I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think we'd have enough people showing an interest. But it's something like 90% yes out of something like 40 or 50 people that have voted, or if not more. So it's definitely happening. And as I said, Ben, who's organising it, Ben's doing a little recce trip there in October, and will finalise everything for us. So it's definitely happened. Start squirreling away some pennies, and it looks like April next year we'll be heading to the Isle of Man. Mark from Leeds, 42k raise so far. What for Boothie? Oh no, Darren Lindsay, Boothie's total is at 51 grand so far. That's incredible. Do you know, originally I think they put up, I think it was 5 grand initially, and then they hit that, or they got close to that so quickly they changed it to 10, and then it was 20. It's just phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. Good on you, folks. Good on to everyone that's donated. Adam Shand, when's the Southeast ride coming? I can't keep posting pictures of the barbecue to tempt you all. No, we did a Wales trip with Graham Hoskins. The same trip that I'm doing this weekend, I did was that April time, Adam? I think it was, wasn't it, mate? Yeah, I think it was about April, early April. And the group that came away on that were trying to do... I think we've been speaking about doing like a meetup barbecue or Patreon barbecue or something like that. So, yeah, we're going to try and organise something like that. A bit of a social. So, I don't know how we're going to organise it. I don't know if you're all coming to my house to do it. I haven't spoken to the wife yet about this, so we'll see. But we'll organise something, some sort of social, whether that's another clan meetup somewhere or whether we end up doing it like someone's house. I don't know. I'll figure something out and I'll post it up, okay? Fentour, day ride is cool. Yeah, nice one. I thought that might interest some people for sure. Pete English, how you doing, Pete? Evening. 24 Charlie, weekend better as some peeps travel a long way wherever it is. Yeah, I get that. You know, as I was saying it actually, Simo, I was thinking people come from all over the UK and beyond, don't they? So maybe weekends are a better idea. I think what I might do is I might just post up like just random during the week. I might just post up and go, right, who fancies a ride, you know, on Friday or something like that, or at the weekend, and then we just go, and anyone that wants to meet up, we can just meet up and have a ride somewhere, wherever that's going to be. How's that sound? The trouble is, probably end up with about 50, 60 people turning up, won't we? Martin Yoxall, weekend is good for the crack in the evening. Yeah, definitely. Mark from Leeds, yeah. I think everyone's saying weekends are great, yeah. Uncle Semtex, where have you gone, Uncle Semtex? You got some serious miles from your last set of tyres. How are they in the wet? Cheers, Harley. Oh, that's you, Harley, is it? How you doing, pal? Mate, I was gobsmacked. They were Dunlop Meridians. I've had 4 sets. Yeah, I'm on my 4th set of Meridians now. They were my 3rd that I'd put on. Just because they want to give me the new Road Smart 5s, but they just haven't got any available yet to give me. So I've just, the last 2 sets have just been Meridians again. I got 9,000 miles, in fact, just over, literally a couple of miles over, 9,000 miles out of that last set, which I can't really understand because I normally get about 6,500 out of rear on them. And I wasn't gentle with them. You know, I did a couple of track days at California Superbike School. Sorry, they're not track days. I did a couple of days at Cadwell with California Superbike School. I did, 5,000 miles in the space of 3 weeks, 4 weeks on that Europe trip. I've commuted on them. I've done a lot of motorway miles on them. They've been properly abused, and I still got 9,000 out of them. I mean, they were pretty much down to the canvas, but... amazing. Genuinely not got a single issue with them. None. But I had no issue with them. I had no issue with the Dunlop Mutants, which are pretty much the same tyre in my mind. And I had no issue with the Road Smart 3s, and I had no issue with the Michelin Road Smart... Sorry, the Michelin Road 5s, was it? Is that the one before the newest one that's out? All modern sport touring tyres to me, for road riding... don't need anything else, personally. But that's just me. Maybe you do, but I don't. Ben Craven, day rides would work for me. Cool. Well, maybe we'll try something like that then, Ben. I might just do like last minute posts up and just say, right, who's free tomorrow? Where are you? Let's go ride. Debbie Clegg, yep, day meetup, great. Okay, so it looks like we're getting more and more now in the comments. Darren Lindsay, Windermere or Kelda Forest? Downside of being up in Edinburgh, but I get the cracking Scotland roads. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, awesome up there. John Webber, I'm flexible, shift worker. Nice one, John. Robert Aitken, let's try the Lake District again. What do you mean when it's not under 2 feet of water? Hopefully no GSs will break down again this time. 24 Charlie. Reference what we want. The tour series are great, i.e. chicken strips. What the tour stuff? See, it's the tour stuff that just doesn't do well. It's the tour stuff I love doing. It's the tour stuff I love editing. But they just don't get the views. They just don't get anywhere near the views. But I enjoy them, to be honest. So they're great. They're great for me, and they're great for like the regular group within the channel, you know, the regular people that come and watch all the vids, but they very rarely attract any new people. So if you want to grow, you have to do like bike reviews, that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to find a nice little happy medium with that, because I've still got a few bike reviews actually to come that I've done. I just need to get them edited. I'm doing one tomorrow actually. I'm taking a new Harley Nightstar out tomorrow. Ollie Rye, when's the next big hunt out? Do you know, I don't know. Chopsy is mega busy at the moment, both in his normal proper job and in his YouTube. I mean, his channel's flying. He'll smash 100,000 soon. He's doing really well. So it's just trying to find time when we're both free and what we're going to do, to be honest, for the next one. Ventura, you need to do more reviews. Not for me, but yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, reviews get the new subs for sure on the views. Richard Johnson, TeapotOne track day or training day event, not competitive. Do you know, Richard, that is actually something Chopsy and I were chatting about, doing like a combined track day across our followers. So initially when we looked at it, it wasn't feasible financially, because to hire like brands or somewhere like that, you'd end up having to have so many people there, and even then it's quite pricey as well. However, I've just done the British Superbike School, I think it's called, not California, the British one, up at Blyton, and that's fairly reasonable to hire that track, so maybe we could look at doing one up in Blyton. But yeah, definitely that sort of stuff is something that Chops and I have looked at. Tony Hannum, I love your trip videos. Thank you, man. Cheers. Well, good, because there's loads of them to come very soon. I'm in the middle of editing away at them. Adam Shan, you said before they don't get the views, unfortunately, but personally I like the tour vids, but appreciate you have to do the bike reviews and kit advertising to get the monies in. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of people think that you get paid. You get paid for the review stuff. You just don't. You know, unless you say this is a sponsored video, then you're not getting paid for it. You know, like companies just send you a bit of kit and then you do a review on it. And a lot of the time, if you're not favourable in your review, you don't get sent any more. But I've always said to you, I'll tell you exactly what I think. So that's just the risk you run, isn't it? Darren Lindsay, I've been trying to keep an eye on chicken strips because I'd love to get out with you lads. Thank you, man. I have not updated the chicken strips website because it's an utter pain to do. I designed and built that website about 4 years ago. And the software I used at the time is out of date, and the updates now on WordPress have just caused utter mayhem at the back end. So it's not very easy to update that website now. You make any sort of big changes and the whole website just falls apart, because it's not drag and drop, it's proper coded, that one. So I need to spend time to redesign the site, and I just haven't got that time at the moment. But over downtime, over winter, I'll be getting a whole tour schedule for 2023 together, and it will be there. I'll let you all know as soon as it's up and live. John Webber, looking forward to the Southwest Clan Meet vid. Yes, I know, that's another one. I'm so sorry, folks. That's another one that's in the pipeline to be edited. I've basically got to get this Romanian series out the way. I've got to get the Jekyll and Hyde exhaust vid. I've got to get that done ASAP because they've just launched that new Nomad exhaust. I was the first one to get that, so they need a vid. Like a week ago, they needed that vid, so that has to be done pronto. I've got the Isle of Man vid or vids to do. I've got the rapid training vid to do. I've got 2 California Superbike vids to do. 5 Simon Weir A to Z Britain for Bikers vids to do. I've got the Suzuki GSX-S 1000 GT vid review to do. This new Harley Nightstar vid to do. I've got the Indian Chief review vid to do. Oh my god. And that's just the one. Oh, and the whole Switzerland series. I've got all that to do. And that's just the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. There's about 3 terabytes of footage that has to be edited. Oh, Jesus. It's my own fault. Just need to pull my finger out and get it done. Where were we then? But I will get that clan meetup one done. I'm really sorry that's taken so long. Average Bikers in the Cave. Got to be missed the Flying Scotsman trip. Shout the next time and we'll sign up. Cheers, lads. Yes, for sure. I didn't think this one would sell out the way it did. It sold out in like 8 hours, I think. So, yeah, we'll get another one. As soon as I've got the vid done for this trip, then I'll start promoting another one with Simon next year. I think Simon and I want to maybe try and do quite a few tours next year together because he's got the expertise in terms of routes. And obviously I can film it and I've got the reach. So seems like a nice little match, really, to be honest. He's a nice guy, Simon. It's a lot of fun. And his routes are amazing. Brumtown Rider, good evening all. How you doing, pal? You all right? Uncle Semtex, loved the B-roll stuff you did with the 1290 multi. Thanks, man. Cheers. Hey, do you know, I really enjoyed doing all that sort of sexy B-roll stuff and fancy editing, speed ramping and stuff. But the amount of negative comments I got about it, where people were just like, you know, I just fast forward through all that stuff. Even though it's like 20 seconds of a vid, they just fast forward it. And you can see in the analytics, the amount of people that just skip or leave the channel when that happens. So that's why I just sort of don't do it that much anymore, because it takes an hour or two to do and to edit, and it actually costs the channel. But I do enjoy doing all that. It's just a shame it just doesn't seem to fit. It doesn't seem to fit my channel. Motobob seems to get away with it. People like that on his channel, but for some reason they don't on mine. Oh well. Paul Creasy, how are the subscribers going now, Bruce? Is the increase in Patreon members a steady increase? It's actually not, mate. Sadly, it's a steady decrease at the moment. I think times are just really hard. Times are hard for people. So Patreon is sort of dropping quite a bit. It's not drastic at the moment, but it is dropping. But you know, people contact me and just go, like, I'm really sorry, I'm really tight at the moment financially. So, you come first, folks. Look after yourselves and your families first. I'm just a fat bloke that makes daft videos, so don't worry about me. And subscriber wise, yeah, YouTube's been really weird for me this year. I've had massive peaks where you get like 2,000 subscribers in a day, 2 days. And then other times I've had like 300 subscribers in a month. And I appreciate at some levels, 300 in a month's great. But for the last sort of 4 or 5 years, I've been at about a steady 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 every month, just going up and up and up and up, which was great. But this year it's sort of dropped to generally 300 to 700, I think, 300 to 800. Not sure what's going on with that. Don't know. You tell me if you think there's a drop in quality, if you're bored with the vids, if you want something different, let me know. And I'll make the amendments as I can. Cheddy, would love to see some more Little Big Adventures. Me too, man. Amish, that is something I really want to do, and I've been on and on and on at Dickie and Fish about, come on, we need to do something. But, we just can't. I can't get them to, like, I want to go to Nürburgring. I want to take 125s or little bikes, ride them a full day, Nürburgring, do 1 or 2 laps in Nürburgring, ride home. Bosh, 3 days, done. But they're not up for that. Then I said, right, Isle of Man. Let's take little bikes across to the Isle of Man and we'll do our own little Isle of Man round there. I think they were more up for that, but again, it's a lot of money. You know, it's a ferry, it's hotels, it's everything like that. And they just can't commit to it. Fish has had a lot going on this year. Fish has had a lot going on. Dickie's just a superstar. He's gigging and his channel's doing really well. Plus he's busy with his own life as well. But it is something we want to do, folks. Genuinely, it's something we want to get up and running again. Because they're a lot of fun. They're fun to watch. They're fun to make. So yeah, let's get it done. Where were we? That was Cherry, wasn't it? Average Bikers in the Cave. What about more boy band content? Again, it's trying to get a time when everyone is free. You know, it's, believe it or not, it is really hard to get all of us together. Even to do a podcast, to be honest. We were trying to do a live stream on Andy's channel, which would have been an episode for the podcast. And I think, what happened on that? I think they got COVID in the household again. So that kiboshed that one. And we just need to find another time when everyone's free, really, and we'll do it. But I'd love to get the band back together, because, again, that's great fun. Load of fun. John Bellamy, if you won the lottery, what bike would you have? Super Duke-R. Super Duke-R. That's it. I want one, but I don't know if I could live with it, because I had one for, a week, 10 days, and I only got 1.5 rides out of it. So but I love the bike. The bike made me smile the way I think no bike has. Ollie Rye, when you move back to the motherland, how do you think that will change your channel? I don't know if it will. I could live anywhere, I think, and have the channel. It's the beauty of working sort of online, isn't it? Obviously, I think time out on the bike, the vids out on the bike and reviews and things when they're local to me will be a lot nicer, because the background scenery is going to be much nicer, and there won't be the traffic that you've got down here. But I don't think it'll make any difference to my channel as such, because I travel everywhere now. I live right down in the southeast, but I'll go anywhere in the country to meet up. So it won't make any difference, to be honest with me. I don't mind doing the miles. It's not something that bothers me. Sorry to interrupt, folks. Just a quick shout out for the sponsors, who this week are Ultimate Add-ons. Ultimate Add-ons are the premium manufacturer of mobile phone and action camera mounting solutions for motorcycles. With a kit for any bike and a proven track record of creating products that keep your devices safe, secure, and easily accessible, the Ultimate Add-ons product range is ideal for any rider, from the commuter to the round-the-world adventurer. Why shell out on an expensive GPS system when you could use your smartphone, keeping it charged and within reach to take photos of your travels at the same time? Ultimate Add-ons waterproof, shockproof and dustproof tough cases are available for all flagship smartphone models and are designed by riders for riders. Find out why Ride Magazine gives Ultimate Add-ons their coveted Best Buy certification. Keep riding this winter with Ultimate Add-ons. It's all about the journey. Now, if you head to ultimateaddons.com, that's ultimate with ADDONS, ultimate addons, all one word, .com, use the code TeapotOne with the number 10, so TEAPOTONE with the number 10, you'll get 10% off their entire range. We are also sponsored by Innov. Now, Innov sponsor the main video channel. They specialize in motorcycle dash cam systems, just like you get in your car. As soon as the engine's turned on, these systems kick into life, and they constantly record everything whilst the engine's on. They also have a parking mode feature, so whilst that's enabled, if the bike's moved at all, even whilst the ignition is off, they'll also kick in and they'll capture any movement in the front or behind your bike, just in front of the cameras. They've got really good audio on them as well. They have external mics on there. I even use them to vlog when I'm doing a track day, or if I'm out with California Superbike School where they don't allow helmet cameras and things. Well, I just put the mic straight up into my lid and I can vlog away there. They've got GPS, they've got external remotes, they're cracking bits of kit, folks, and they come into their own if you're ever involved in an accident. First thing insurance will ask is there CCTV? And if you have one of these fitted, then as long as you're in the right, then you're covered. If you head to innov, INNOVV.co.uk, in fact, I have a trackable link down below, so check out the description or the show notes, and there's a link there that lets Innov know you've come from me, from TeapotOne, which helps me, hopefully, to try and secure them for next year's sponsorship. But if you use the code TEAPOT, TEAPOT, you'll get 5% off any Innov cameras, and if you use the Techologic link and use the code TEAPOT, then you'll get 5% off any of the Techologic cameras. So a massive thanks to Innov. Ben Craven, from my perspective, I never get to watch the podcast vids, but I do listen, if that's useful feedback. Cheers, Ben. Yeah, I can see that, because the audio podcasts gets anywhere between 10 and 15,000 downloads a month, whereas the videos will get, a couple of hundred views to maybe a couple of thousand sometimes. So it's plainly obvious that most people listen to the podcast, they just don't watch the vids. That's why I had to set up the the podcast on its own YouTube channel because it was crucifying the main channel. The algorithm couldn't deal with the really good analytics I get from a normal stuff compared to the sort of very low views but massive viewer retention that you get with a podcast vid. It just didn't know what to do with that. So that's why I moved it. Adam Shand, yes, early April, perfect time to camp in Wales. Yeah, it was, mate, wasn't it? The tents froze. Poor old Graham, he had one of those jet boils and the valve froze on it. Biker España, hi everyone. How you doing, Chris? Good of you to join us, pal. Ventura, yep, a last minute ride is good too. Yeah, I think so. I think that maybe just a day or two's notice I'll post up and we'll just go for a ride and have a brew somewhere. Ben Craven, to be honest, if it's a weekender with day rides, then would that cater for both? Okay, sorry. To be honest, if it's a weekender with day rides, then would that cater for both? All right, so for people that want to make a weekend of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But I couldn't do a lot of the weekender meetups. Just, I'll be honest with you, financially, meeting up in the hotels and stuff and the beers and socialising side of stuff. I couldn't do that all the time, for sure. But I can do the day rides out and things like that. That's no problem. Adam Shand, yes, local rides and longer weekends, up for either. Just need as much notice as possible because of work. Yeah, appreciate that, but no problem at all. Epic Motorcycle Adventures, how you doing, man? You all right, Mark? Evening all. Made it after doing epic stuff on the best bike in the world. Good man, you've been out off-roading again? Average bikers in a cave. Ben Craven was typing the same thing. All right, cool. Sorry, I've fallen behind with questions here. Blimey, there's loads. How many have we got in here now? 43 of us. Cool. Stephen Gibbons, what are people's opinions, FJR 1300 or GS 1250V? What's a GS 1250V? What's that? Is that a new thing that's coming out? Or have you just done a typo? What is that, Stephen? If it's just the GS 1250, FJR's a good bike. FJR 1300 is a really, really good bike. And I think if you're just doing road stuff, then FJR is a great bike for sure. I choose the GS because it used to have that love it or hate it reputation, and I quite like to be a bit different. So I like to have the GS and do track days on it, and it's got ample performance for me for the road, and it was fine. But literally everybody's got a GS now, and I kind of think to myself, maybe I need to look at something else. But then, for me, it's the best bike in the world at the moment. Don't know. It's personal choice, mate. I think a lot of bikes, it's just personal choice. There's few bad bikes out there. Simon Lewis, late to the party. Hello all. How you doing, Simon? Pete English mentioned possible changing his bike. Got me thinking, which is your favourite GS colour scheme? I saw that on Instagram. Was that yesterday or today? Pete posted that up. Ooh, you pulled that one out the blue, Pete. I didn't know you were thinking of changing. Best colour scheme. I like the original triple black. I had a 1200 GS triple black, and I really like the one I've got at the moment. Same one as Pete, that white rally one. Really like it. That's for me anyway. Demo Chevo, if you've not ridden a GS, go and test ride one, Stephen. Yes, but the new 1350 GS will be out next year. When I was on the way back from Romania, I stopped for some fuel. This is a bit of an exclusive. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I met some people who know what they're talking about. That's all I'm going to say, who'd been involved in the new GS. Met them at a petrol station, and they were telling me all about it. 1350, it's got adaptive cruise control, and they said the tank and the headlight are really weird, really different to the current one. And their exact words were, if you like the GS, we're not sure if you're going to like the new design. That's made me go, ooh, I want that now. So we'll see. Of course I'm going to end up buying one. Of course, my finance is due up next June, so I'll probably just go from that to the new one. We'll see. Pete English, me and Simo are heading to Hawes tomorrow morning for breakfast, then on to Tan Hill, then over to the lakes for lunch. Living the dream. First ride out on the mighty GS since you know what. Mate, God, gee whiz. For those that don't know, should I say anything? I'll not go into details, Pete, but Pete had a bit of an incident that wasn't his fault that resulted in his GS being smashed up quite considerably. And for the last couple of weeks on one of our WhatsApp groups, Pete has been updating us with basically stripping the bike down initially and finding out what was wrong with the bike, then ordering all the parts and then refitting everything. What a job, Pete. You're some man, pal. What a job. I would not have the patience. I think I'd have taken a baseball bat to the bike when I was first just stripping it down. I don't know how you did it, mate. Cracking job. Have a good day tomorrow, gents. Enjoy. Adam Shand, yeah, I'm also shift work, so weekdays are good too. Yeah, nice one. You're just up the road from me as well, Adam, aren't you? Ryan Mills, try doing it on a more exciting bike. It might get more views. Do you know, I was just thinking the other day, I don't exploit the fact I've got the GS enough, because I was looking at the analytics the other day, and any vid with the GS in it, like, it is getting in the hundreds of thousands of views. And anything else doesn't really come close, bar one or two vids. And I thought, I own the GS. I need to start doing more stuff on it. But then I just get people slagging me off for doing nothing but GS. Well, I don't know. Ben Farmer, sorry late to the party. What I miss? We were chatting about the TT ride, Ben. Ben is the chap who's his baby is the TT meetup. So thank you very much for that, Ben. Ben's paying as well, by the way, folks. Just tell him what you need. Ben's paying for everything. Uncle Semtex, such a shame about the tour stuff, as I love them. Yeah, I know, Harley. Yeah, I mean, I'll never not do the tour stuff. I'm always going to do the tour stuff. But that's what started the whole channel, wasn't it? I went around the world, you know. So I'll always do it, but I need to do more of what grows the channel, if you know what I mean, because. I mean, I'm really setting my sights. I want to try and smash that 100,000 as soon as and go up and beyond from that, if I can. Adam Shan, tours on new bikes. Happy medium, maybe. Yeah, definitely. It's just trying to get those new bikes. Not hearing much at all from any PR people this year, to be honest. A lot of the bikes I get are from dealerships now. I've obviously upset some PR people somehow. I don't know how. If anyone knows, please tell me. But yeah, I don't hear much from any of the PR people now. Moto Trev, evening Bruce. Just in from the first ride on the R18. Happy days. Looking forward to the Scotland trip, bud. Trev, how is it, man? How is it? I saw that you bought one. Can't wait to hear that thing up in Scotland. It's going to be mega. Fentour, yep, tested the Nightster last week. A lovely little bike. You'll enjoy it as long as you keep to 60 max. Oh, why is that then? Why is that, Martin? Is it vibey? Or is it just no wind protection or whatever? Thoughts on the Mali Mile event, Bruce? Got the weekend off work, so thought I might give it a check out. Absolutely go and check it out. I was asked if I was going actually by some other people, but I've never been. I've never been to it, and I can't go this year. But yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to go and check it out for sure. Looks good. Ventour, yes, I prefer the tours and rides. Thank you, man. Trev, actually at the pub, sitting under Dover cliffs. Nice one, man. Living the dream. Living the dream. Mark from Leeds, you need to get up and do a bit of the Tet with me and Pete. He's a spare bike. I know, Pete did actually drop me a line about doing that. So I really fancy that. Folks, make sure you follow Pete English on Instagram. I can't remember what Pete's link is for Instagram. I'll put it down below. Or if anybody knows it, whack it in the comments. Pete, if you're listening, whack your Instagram in there and follow what he's doing, because he's doing the TET in the UK, the Trans-European Trail, but obviously in the UK. He's doing all that, and loads of people have been going along and joining him. Looks great fun. I want to do it as well. I will come and join you one day, Pete. I promise. I'm actually off-road again with Phoenix Motorcycle Tours. I'm off-road with them beginning of August back at Salisbury. So hopefully it'll be dry. Knowing my luck, it'll pee with rain. It'll be a quagmire again. Paul Tate, like to watch tour vids, but No, you have to do the reviews. Yeah, for sure, mate. It's just, that's what has to happen. Average Bikers in the Cave. Do you think you could make more money doing UK-based tours on chicken strips or going abroad? Do you know, if you're going to hotel it, then the margins are pretty similar for UK or abroad. Where there's actually much better margins is if you do the camping thing. Like we're doing this Wales thing at the weekend, so we're staying in like a bothy on the Friday night and camping on the Saturday. It's not much money at all for the 3-day. It's Friday afternoon till Sunday afternoon. It's not much money at all. Take away 15 to sort of 18, 20 people, and the margins on that are much, much better. But that's somebody else's baby. I'm just there to bring in the crowds, so that's not my baby, and I don't want to tread on their toes by starting to do my own, if you know what I mean. I don't know. My plan is to do more UK tours for sure, but obviously I want to get back to Europe. I want to take people across to Europe as well, because it's, having been over a few times now over the last year or two, I just love that feeling. I love the feeling of just hitting the road on the continent. You come off the train into Calais and boom, off you go. Brilliant. Ryan Mills, Dolomites tours, please, Bruce. Do you know that again? That's coming in the Switzerland series. The Dolomites are just gorgeous, beautiful. Motor Trev, thinking of putting the Jekyll and Hyde exhaust on the R18 I rode. There's a vid coming on that, Trev. When I edit the Jekyll and Hyde vid, which is the last part of the Romanian series, when I'm on my way to the Isle of Man from Romania, I go out on an Indian Chief with one. I go out on the R18. I go out on, I think it's Harley. I go out on a load of different bikes that have the Jekyll and Hyde exhaust system. Sounds amazing, mate. It really does. They're expensive. They are expensive exhaust. You're looking at about 1,800 quid for the exhaust. But effectively, it's 3 exhausts in one. It's got 3 different modes. It's got 3 different modes in it, and they're all totally legal. So you're never, ever, ever going to get done for it. You can do track days on it. I did track day on the tractor with the Jekyll and Hyde can on, and it was in the Hyde mode, which is the loudest, and passed no problem at all. Passed no bother at all. So really, really clever bit of kit. Al 904cc, how you doing, Al? Hello, Bruce. Joining you from Seattle. Do you think you'll be doing a review of the Ducati Desert X? I would love to. I'd absolutely love to. I couldn't do the press day. You might have seen like Chops and Moto Bob and loads of the YouTuber influencer lot. They were all at Ducati UK, where you got free reign just to go and pick up any bike of their range and ride it for the day. I couldn't do it, sadly. I can't remember where I was, but I couldn't go. So I would love to get hold of it, for sure. I don't know any dealerships local to me that do them. I don't seem to get anything from Lagunas. I used to do stuff with Lagunas and Ashford, but I've never heard from them. I had no replies to any emails, so I don't know if the geezers, my contact is even still there anymore. If you are, drop me a line. But yeah, I would definitely like to take that one out, Al, for sure. It looks good. I was out with Cy Weir filming some of that vid series, and on the way back we bumped into a whole load of the bike journals that he knows, and they were all out on the Desert X doing a piece for, I can't remember which mag it was. Might have been MCN, I'm not sure. Might have been Ride Bike, but they were all out doing all the ride bys and photographs and loads of stuff on it. Looks good, sounds good. Steve Fletcher, don't forget the Land's End to John O'Groats fit. Yes, how could I forget that? Steve, myself and Brian, we did the charity ride from Land's End up to John O'Groats. All no motorways, all back roads within 24 hours. So that vid series has to come. That's when Steve took me up the arse. That one. Darren Lindsay, I'm really hoping to get one of those Jekyll and Hyde exhausts on my next bike. Currently thinking Triumph Street Triple RS, but they don't have one yet. Yeah, now there's a reason. Not the exhaust. The Jekyll and Hyde exhausts aren't available for all bikes out there. They only work with the manufacturers that allow them. I think it's allow them access to their ECUs. It's basically the exhaust, the Jekyll and Hyde exhaust, has its own little mini ECU. It's got its own little computer, which has to plug into the bike's wiring loom. It's got to plug into the system, and they can only do that if the manufacturers have allowed them access in order to do their relevant bit of coding. So that's why they don't do them for everybody yet. Chris Owens, have you done a fans meet in North Wales? Was that Patreon one that I did? Yes, it was the first ever Patreon clan meet with the Pheasant, which was up in the Lake District, and then the next day we were heading into North Wales, and we were meeting a load of people at the horse. What's the one on the Horseshoe Pass? Ponderosa. We're meeting a load of people at the Ponderosa Calf, but obviously I had the altercation with the Pheasant, so was without a bike. So we're due another one. We will do another one up there. Paul Creasy, I saw fans. I was like, only fans? What? Paul Creasy, so you have the Edge on the shelf behind you. How's that been going? Is it better than the Bold? Edge. Genuinely, yes, it is. I thought, is there going to be much difference here between that and the Bold? Because I thought the Bold was brilliant. It genuinely is. The Edge, it's louder, it's clearer, better sound quality, even with the 40mm JBL speakers. Because I had with the Pack Talk Bold, with my Pack Talk Bold setup that I had or have, I've got the 45mm JBL speakers on that. Well, the Edge came with the 40mm, the standard 40mm ones, and the sound is still better. The sound's better when you're listening to music or like podcasts. It's better when you listen to the intercom chat. It's just clearer. It's louder. The connection is stronger. The whole system starts up much quicker, and it connects to your phone like in the blink of an eye. When you do your group connections, whether you do it via the app or whether you do it off the unit itself, again, it's so much quicker. There was another one. Battery life, I'm finding the battery life pretty similar to the Bold. So I'll get like a 12-hour day. If I've got the system on and it's intercom, I'll get about 10, 12 hours out of it before it's almost flat, I would say. But that was about the same with the Bold when I first got it. So yeah, great bit of kit. Genuinely a great bit of kit. It's a lot of money. So if there's nothing wrong with your Pack Talk Bold that you have at the moment, then I personally don't think it deserves the money for an upgrade. But if the battery's starting to go on your Pack Talk, because after a year or two, maybe 2-3 years actually, the battery starts to sort of dwindle quite badly. You don't get anywhere near the sort of charge time out of it. But if you're having any issues with your Pack Talk or you've just got money to burn, get the Edge. Hands down, get the Edge. I don't know what the new Senna 50 is like. I haven't got my hands on one of them as yet, so I couldn't tell you in comparison at the moment. But the Edge, brilliant. There's not a negative on the Edge. In fact, the only thing I'd like to see, and I was speaking with Cardo about this today actually, because I brought it up the other week with their engineers, is the recording the chat facility. So obviously I've done the vid on how I do it, but it's a bit of a mishmash of cables, and sometimes you'll have to tweak that audio afterwards in post just to boost the volume of the comms audio. So I was saying, with the Senna, especially with the Senna 50, I know you could do it on the Senna 10, Evo 10 or whatever it was. You could record the chat, but it was pretty crap. I think on the 50, apparently, it's better quality. So I was saying to them, if you can do it on the 50, then why can't you do it on the Cardo? Because that's something that we've asked for ages, isn't it? And their initial reply was, well, we just don't think it's a priority. So when I said, well, I'm constantly having people message me, go, how do you record the chat? Why don't Cardo let you do it? You can do it on the Sennas. I think it's made them realise that maybe that should be a priority for development. So watch the space. We'll see. We'll see if anything happens with them. So that was... oh, blimey. Good God, there's a load of messages coming. Hello, all you new people. Thank you very much. There's a big wave of new folk have just joined. Thank you very much. Where are we? Who was that? Paul Creasy, CDH. Adam Shand, right. Adam Shand, my Patreon membership is up for renewal. Definitely doing it and will increase it if I can. Oh, Adam, mate, honestly, you don't need to increase. Thank you so much. Just, even that, like, I don't think you can do the £1 a month one now. I think they're all gone. But, like, £3 a month, it's fine. Just, I really appreciate any help people can give. So, thanks. Do not sell yourself short, whatever you do. Ashley, right. Yes, I'm on. It's only took me 35 minutes to figure it out with help from friends. Evening, Bruce. Hope you're well, pal. How you doing, Ash? You all right, pal? Mate, it took me about 20 minutes to get this set up. Bloody hate live streams. They never work. Chris Owens, think you need to put more vids per week and more people will see them and then your subs would go up. Yeah, you're not wrong, Chris. Yeah, you need to... I think one a week is not really enough for growth. It's enough to tread water, but it's not enough for growth anymore. But to the same extent, I did a little phase of about 3 or 4 weeks, putting out 3 a week, and I lost subscribers, believe it or not. So I think people just got fed up of being bombarded with it. So maybe 2 or 1 every 4 or 5 days. I think that's going to be my next aim. Mark from Leeds, baguette and candles, do you recommend? No. But you know what? It wasn't as bad as you think. It was all right. There's a story there. If you don't know it, folks, ask me it. Ask me the next time you see me and I'll tell you. Stephen Gibbons, typo Bruce. Oh, was this the GS? Yeah, gotcha. The 1250V, 1250 GS. Ventura, oh yes, a 350 GS. Yep, absolutely. I think that's going to be a weapon. Adam Shand, old topic now, but any news on the custom lid yet? Yes, there is. I chatted with Phil the other week, actually. He's almost done it, believe it or not. So it's nearly done. He's been very secretive about when and where I see it, but he basically said, I'll just appear one day at some place you're going to be with the lid. So, I don't know. I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see the lid. Ben Farmer, yeah, right, bags of it. Oh, is this about this? This is about Ben treating us to the Isle of Man. Good on you, Ben. Good lad. Ashley, right, 1350. Yes, look forward to seeing that. Me too. Cheddy, your on-air sign isn't illuminated yet because when I switch it on, it blows out the exposure. Watch, the highlights all go. You can't read it, can you? No point. That's why. See, Amish, I'm not just a pretty face, eh? Know what I'm doing here? Ish, kind of. Mark from Leeds, English Motorcycle Adventures. Ah, right, yeah, on Instagram. So if you just search English Motorcycle Adventures, that's Pete's pissing about out on the dirt tracks profile. Well worth following, looks a load of fun. Uncle Semtex, might trade in on a 1350 GS, could be a torque monster. It's going to be a weapon. It's going to be an out-and-out weapon, isn't it? Can't wait. Ventour, the Nightster is a bike to keep to the speed limits. Above it's illegal. No vibes, smooth as butter. Keep to quiet C and B roads and big smiles. You know I'm slow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm taking it out tomorrow, probably all round sort of Surrey way and beyond. So we'll see how we get on. Pete English. Oh, Pete, where have you gone? Where have you gone, Pete? Pete English, I've already put my name down on the new GS. I bet you have. Dodgy, hello, sorry I had a meeting. How you doing, Dodgy? Dodgy is from the Isle of Man. Dodgy actually met up with me when I was over there. Good to meet you, Dodgy, and your family. Cheers, pal. I'm just having a wee drink. Oh, that's good. Darren Lindsay, I've done a 2,600 mile trip from Edinburgh to Biarritz, and that was absolutely stunning, but 600-mile days was brutal on a T100. I bet it was, man. I bet it was. I bet Biarritz is beautiful at the moment. Gorgeous. Really nice down that neck of the woods. Ventura, me too. Pete English, new GS is mine. Pete English, you know you're more than welcome to come and stay and play on the CRFs. PS, the new 300 is a game changer. Well, it is now. I've added 1 million upgrades. Not you, Pete. There's no way that you've upgraded a bike. You just like them standard, don't you? Mate, I will do. Honestly, I will. I'll message you and we'll get a date sorted because I really want to come up and do this with you. It looks so much fun. And that's me saying it, but it does look fun. Richard Priestley, evening all. Sorry for the late arrival. Time to pour a whiskey. Yeah, you're more than welcome, Richard. Slash. Oh, excuse me. Stuart Boyle. What about making the GSXR roadworthy again? That would be an interesting winter project. See how it fares against lamb chops in his GSXR. Yeah, again, I'd love to. I genuinely would love to. I don't have the time and I don't have the money, sadly, at the moment. I really want to get the Gixxer back on the road because it breaks my heart to see it just sort of slowly waste away in my garage. It will happen, but this is what I mean about, like, I need to grow the channel because at the moment I tread water financially. You know, what comes in goes out every month. So I need to be in a position where I can be making a bit extra, like everyone in life. I need to make in a position where I make a bit more that I can invest back in the channel to do other stuff. And it's just, got to figure out how to do that, really. You can't force people to watch vids, so, I've just got to... I've got to put my money where my mouth is and up my content, up the volume of content, and sort my marketing out as well. I think my socials are really bad. I look at other people's socials and they're stunning. People with very small channels, very small followings, and their social media stuff is amazing. So I need to sort of get my finger on the pulse in terms of that, I think, more than it is. We'll get there. Adam Shand, it's impossible to get any exhaust for the Tiger Sport 660 still. Is it? Really? Well, can you not get like the Arrow not do them? I wonder if is that because of the Euro 5 thing? I know Triumph at one stage were sort of almost trying to stop you putting aftermarket cans on unless they did them with the Arrow ones. I could be talking about my bum there, actually. Steve Fletcher. Oh, he's taking a message back. What did you say, Steve? It says message retracted. What did you say? Adam Shand, OnlyFans might be the key to getting more income. Yeah, I think where you pay me to keep my clothes on. Motor Trev, thanks Bruce. I'm off home. Stay safe, clan, and hope to see you all soon. Cheers, Trev. Look after yourself, mate. See you up in Scotland. Pete English, we had a ball ache connecting the edge last weekend. We had to let the edge set up a new group and then add the bolts to it. Yes, sorry. You have to do that with the edge. If there's an edge in any group with other units, the edge, one of the edges, if you've got more than one of them has to be the master unit. You cannot have an edge join a group created by bolts. You have to create the group on an edge and then add everything to it. There's a vid coming on that. It's at the bottom of a huge list. Adam Shan, DAB radio. We need DAB on the next Cardo. FM sucks on both Cardo and Senna. Yeah, I don't understand why they've not got that on them. I don't know, to be honest. I'll maybe ask them, actually. I've got a contact now with their sort of tech side, so I'll ask. Ventura, I don't have any issues with sound levels from my pack top to the GoPro. The wiring is critical to get right. I found the same as you initially. All sorted now. No level mods needed in edit. Yeah, I saw that, Martin, but your wiring looked identical to mine, and I couldn't figure out why your comms audio was great audio level. The audio level was perfect, didn't need any playing with it, whereas mine does. So I'm buggered if I know why that is, because I think we pretty much followed exactly the same vid. Pass. John Bellamy, Simo, I'd have joined you tomorrow if I was on my halls. Richard Priestley, another one, message retracted. What are you all saying and then retracting your messages? What's that about? Darren Lindsay, tell us how long it got to turn your camera on. Tell us how long it got to turn your camera on, Bruce. What's that mean? Tell us how long it got to turn your camera on, Bruce. I don't understand that, Darren. Could you type that again, mate? I don't get it. Maybe I'm being a bit slow. Robert Aitken, Wild Bad Weekend coming up soon, Bruce. Are you going? No, mate. I can't make it, sadly. I have, believe it or not, I have a reunion to go to up in Edinburgh. My mates from uni. And it's one of the lads' 50th. He's coming over from the States, and there's people coming from all over the world. And we're having a night out in Edinburgh for it. So I've got to go to that. I can't not go to that. So I'm going to miss Wild Bad, sadly. Looks like Wild Bad's going to be mega this year. Mega. Richard Preetsley, all of the TeapotOne and other influencers have made me order a tractor. Just ordered a new GSA this weekend, so might need to play with English motorbike tours too. Good stuff. Good stuff. Everyone's jumping on the GSs. Everyone is. Shh. Everyone. I'm going to have to get a different bike. Adam Shand, awesome. Looking forward to seeing the lid. It'll be awesome if he turned up to one of the Patreon rideouts. Yeah, it would. It would. Absolutely. Richard Preetsley, currently drinking in a hotel north of Aberdeen. Peter Brownsmith's manor. Oh, nice one. Good man. Peter Brownsmith was just down with Pete English, I think. The weekend just gone, wasn't he? And then I think he was going away on another trip, possibly. Uncle Semtex, want to go to South Africa for a tour. Got accommodation sorted and shoot some big guns. I'd love to go to South Africa. I really would. It's supposed to be awesome riding down there. One day. Have a good time, man. Enjoy it. Demo Shevo, you need to be in a position where you can afford someone to edit for you. Give you more time to create content. Do you know what? That's something I was thinking about, because I've met a couple of other YouTube-y influencer types, and it turns out they have people editing their vids for them. And I was sort of against that initially, but I suppose it does make sense. But I'm a bit of a control freak. Well, there's no bit about it. I am a control freak for sure. Part of the reason I didn't want to do the sort of motorbike TV show again this year, because I don't like not being in control of what I'm filming and of the end product, and I don't like being told what to say, and it just wasn't for me, sadly. I wish him all the best, it just wasn't for me. I did think about that, about having someone edit. It would make life a lot easier, but I enjoy editing. I really enjoy the edit side, so I don't know. I think eventually, if it does get to the stage where it is big, then yeah, I will need to have somebody on board, but it's not something I can do at the moment. Me again, folks, another quick sponsor shout out. Who this week is The Influencer Store. The Influencer Store helps you build your brand, big or small, providing you with a solution and apparel. We help you to increase your fan base while supporting you with starting your own influencer clothing line with nothing more than just an idea or design, and there are no hidden costs. For more info, come check us out at theinfluencerstore.co.uk or drop us an email at online@influencerstore.co.uk for more information. And if you buy any of my merch, hint, hint, from TeapotOne.com, all that merch is handled by the Influencer Store. Massive thank you to Roger and Charlotte and the family for sponsoring the podcast. Debbie Clegg, have you managed to get in touch with Brian Cox, the science bod, yet for a brew chat? I've DM'd him twice on Instagram, and I've never had any reply, and I just won't bombard him with stuff yet. That is the norm with a lot of the big names, to be honest. You sort of DM them or email them, you don't get a reply. Sometimes it can take 3, 4, 5, 6 chase-ups before eventually maybe it goes into like a spam folder and one doesn't or something. But, I would say 50-50, they'll eventually get back to you and go, really sorry, haven't seen any of the previous messages. What's this? Tell me more about it. I've got, on the topic of the podcast, I've got some big, big guests coming up. Cannot wait. But as usual, I'll message you a couple of days before the podcast on Patreon and post up who they're going to be. So there won't be much notice. But there are some big names coming on. Mostly all bike related, but a couple not. But Brian Cox, 100%. Brian, if you're watching, if anyone's watching that knows Brian, I would love to get Brian on the podcast. He's got a way of talking about physics and the universe and astronomy that just blows my mind. I would love to chat to him. Average Bikers in the Cave, Adam Shan, have you checked with fuel exhausts? Richie Vida was just up with fuel today, actually. They sound awesome. Fish has got a fuel exhaust as well, I think, hasn't he? Is that right? Is Mr. Fish got a fuel exhaust on his Africa Twin? I think he does. Another one, Average Bikers in a Cave. Has anyone tried Rurock's Chain app yet? We're out tomorrow night and trying it out. It creates a group using Telecom's network. No, I've not. But there's a couple of those apps out there, actually, lads. A few people have said to me, try it and see what you think. But again, it's change. I don't like change. So I've never bothered with it. Let us know how you get on. Well, I'll watch your vid when it comes out. Folks, if you don't know, Average Bikers in a Cave, the boys, they have their own podcast. I've been on theirs, they've been on this one, and they've got a YouTube channel as well. So make sure you check them out. Really good podcast. Adam Shand, nope, Arrow was the first place I looked because of the link with Triumph, but nothing. Zapped do one for the Trident, but that's it. No confirmation, it'll fit the Tiger. You know what that means, Adam? You just have to get a new bike, mate. I've heard GSs are good. Richard Priestley, retraction due to typo issues, too much whiskey. Good lad. What did you say? Pete English, reference radio on Pack Talk. I always listen via a radio app on the phone via Bluetooth. Never lets me down and sounds great. All right. Okay. It's technology. This fries my brain. I can't keep up with all this stuff. Tony Hannum, having new tyres on bike on the 2nd, ready for Scotland. I'm booked in for the 8,000 mile service after that. Good lad, Tony. Scotland's going to be mega, mate. Cannot wait. Ventura, rear Pack Talk wiring. Happy to do a Teams vid call and you can see my actual helmet. Wait, wiring. It's easy to get it slightly wrong. Okay, mate. Martin, I don't suppose have you seen my vid where I did a vid on wiring? And that is the same as all the other vids I've done. If you wouldn't mind having a little look and just tell me if there's something different that you do. Because I think you showed me the inside of your helmet when we were out doing the electric petrol bike ride vid. And it looked the same. Yeah, maybe we should do that then. We'll do a little Zoom call or Teams call, whatever it is. Thank you. Darren Lindsay, how long did it take to turn your camera on at the start of the stream? Clearly my head is mush after being out in that heat. I genuinely don't know. I don't understand the streams because I set this up yesterday. I tested it yesterday and everything worked fine. I tested it earlier today, about 2 hours ago, because I was doing a Zoom call before this actually for the Welsh tour this weekend, and I tested everything and it all worked fine. But when I went at 5 to 8, when I went go live, it wouldn't connect. The whole computer just wouldn't connect. So in the end, I had to shut everything down, restart the computer, and set up a new one, and that worked. I don't get technology. I don't understand it. Anyway, Demo Chevo. My job for the morning is to try and get Springsteen tickets for Murrayfield. Ooh. When's that then? When's he coming? When's the boss coming? I could just Google it, I suppose. Darren Lindsay, my mate just traded his GS 1200R for an R19 and he's absolutely in love. Really? Oh, okay. Did he try the 1250R? Because I think that is a massively underrated bike. I think the 1250R is fantastic. I took out the R1250R Sport. Brilliant. Took it around Wales. Great fun. The R90 is good. A lot of character in that bike. Very vibey, but a lot of character in the bike. Adam Shand, yeah, Pete, I use the Absolute Radio app, but there's parts of my commute where I lose internet connection and it gets annoying. Good point, though. Demo Chevo, you have to have the right editor and like their style. Yes, mate. Yeah, it's true. Mark Mundy, who's the fool who took his bike in for service today? 200 plus mile round trip. It was brutal, let me tell you. I bet it was. It's not fun, really, is it? When temperatures get sort of like 35 and above, there's no real escape on a bike. Normally you can flip the visor up and at least the air coming to you can sort of cool down your face. But when it gets above 35, that air's like a hairdryer. So it's like certainly in the 40s, and I'll go one better. My Tommy Two Shit story. I rode when it was 52 or 53 degrees in Australia, and that was just, it's like being in an oven. It was just unbelievable. So that is hot out there. I've been stood in this office all day today, just editing in the dark. It's lovely. Had my fan going. Beautiful. Even had some iron brew. Oh, yes. Smoky Gun, great live chat, Bruce. Slanjiva from Germany, currently touring the Rhine area. Awesome roads and sights. Beer and wine not bad too. Ah, Smoky, that sounds mega. Slanjiva, pal. Germany. I went off Germany for a while riding wise, just because I didn't like all the restrictions that they were talking about bringing in. You know, you can't ride on this road on that day, and you can't have loud exhaust, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. I went through Germany on the Romania series. Loved it. Fell in love again. What an awesome country to ride a bike. It really is fantastic. Have a great time, mate. Really enjoy that. Ventura, yes, editing is enjoyable, but takes longer than the rides. Yeah, it does. Absolutely, it does. But, you know, I quite like it, because it's something not everybody can do, and you can really put your own individuality in the edit. You know, I think if you can get to a point, and I'm not saying I'm there, I don't think I am, but if you can get to a point where people can watch a vid, watch an edit, and know that's yours just of the way it's been edited, you know, that's pretty special. So I'd quite like to get to that sort of level. Darren Lindsay, average bikers in a cave. I've got a Ruroc, but I don't have anyone else that rides with one to try their chain app. Mostly I use mine for music and audiobooks, etc. Okay. John McPhee, how big man, how big in, hello, sorry, late to the streamy. No bother at all, John, no bother. Better late than ever. 2-4 Charlie, brew time number 100, Lyndon Poskett. He did say, didn't he? He did say. That could work. Watch this space, Simo. Richard Johnson, thanks all, nighty night. Cheers, Richard. Ta-ra, pal. Hope I've caught you before you went, mate. Thanks for joining us. John Webber, Bruce, saw the Isle of Man vid. Did you get your pillion ride around the TT course? No, sadly I didn't. Dom was still up for it. I saw Dom in the pits on the Sunday when I arrived, and he was still 100% up for it. So we'd planned to do it on Wednesday evening. He'd put a chainsaw through his eye at work. So he said, look, I don't want the responsibility of riding your bike at the moment, so I'll go pillion, you ride, and I'll chat to you about it. And I thought, brilliant, because it'll make a good vid. I could use it as a podcast, because it'll take like 45 minutes, an hour to trundle around the circuit at the legal speeds. So that was the plan. Then sadly, weather and a couple of red flags throughout the course of the week's racing sort of pushed that, made Wednesday night not possible. Thursday was torrential rain. Then it looked like it cleared up late on Thursday evening, but then he had the senior on the Friday. At that time, he had the senior on the Friday, and I just thought, I don't want to take Dom away from like preparation for the senior just to come and do a pissy lap with me on the back of the bike. So I said to him, don't worry about it. We'll get it another time, maybe after the TT, as in TT was finished on a Friday, Saturday or Sunday, we could go and do it. The senior got postponed to the Saturday, and then sadly he had the off, didn't he? So it just wasn't meant to be, folks, sadly. But he's still adamant he wants to do it, so we'll do it at some point. But I did do a number of laps of the mountain, and I've got some great footage, and I've got some outrageous footage. The riding standards of people over there is just abysmal. People don't seem to be able to ride the mountain without throwing themselves off their bikes. I don't know what is going on with some folk. But anyway, I've got a fair bit of it on camera as well. Anyway, Adam Shand, yes, Mr. Fish has a fuel exhaust, and it's all he's talking about at the moment. Yeah, because he's got the new black one, hasn't he? He's got the black bike, and he's got the black exhaust, I think. It sounds amazing. He's been over here a couple of times. It sounds mint. Demo Chevo, you can do similar with Discord for large group chat, but reliant on mobile data signal. Yeah, I think there's quite a few of these apps out there, isn't there, that lets you create your own little sort of audio group and record it. As you said, it depends on signal. So if you're mobile in a bike group, it's probably not going to be good, is it? Smoky Gun, reference the chain app, didn't work that well. Someone mentioned a gamer app called Discord is apparently very good. Again, yeah, I think it all depends on your signal. Matt Ward, evening everyone, sorry I'm late. How you doing, Matt? How you keeping? Fentour, okay, we'll watch the vid. Is that my group chat record vid? Thank you, man, cheers, appreciate it. Drop us a line after it, Martin, and if we need, either I'll come up and see you, or we'll do like a Zoom call or something. Adam Shan, no GS just for now. I'm not quite middle-aged yet. You're not far off it, Adam. You're not far off it. Debbie Clegg, cameras seem tricky on the techno stuff this evening. Yes, it was. I just don't understand. It worked earlier and it didn't want to work later. I wonder if maybe it got too hot. I don't know. It is like 40 odd degrees in here. Gordy 2 Bob Rocket, how you doing, man? Hi all, sorry I'm late to the party. No bother at all. Thanks for joining us. Grab a beer, stay a while. Debbie Clegg, how old do you need to be to qualify for GS Club? 18, that's it. You're never too young for a GS. It's just people take a while before they just accept it and go with it. Try one, see what you think. Mind you, you're KTMs, aren't you? I do think you're either KTM or you're GS, for sure. I'm not saying I'll never be tempted to go orange, because I do love them. I genuinely do love them. But I think you either go orange or you go GS, I think, in that market. Darren Lindsay, he changed his bikes like most people change underwear. He went GS 1200 to a Ducati Multistrada V2 to the R90. Blimey. That V2 is supposed to be mega. I've got a couple of mates that have bought them and they love them. Absolutely love them. I've never ridden them though myself personally. I've not ridden a V4 either, any of the Ducatis. In fact, the only Ducati I've ridden the 1260 Multistrada Enduro, and I rode the 950 Hypermotard. That's the only 2 Ducatis I've ridden. I need to pull my finger out. Stitch, once again, my time zone conversion skills are lacking. Sorry to be late. No worries at all, man. Appreciate you coming along. Pete English, such a shame this week's guest dropped out. The mind can be a strange demon sometimes. Wish him all well. Yeah, I was sad actually, because I thought it was a really good podcast. I sat and edited it all day on Monday, and I thought it was a really, really good one. It was quite deep, quite personal. We did address his mental health issues, which he was happy to chat about at the time, but he's had time to think about it and decided he doesn't. So fair enough. That's his idea. So that's what he wants to do, and I wish Ed the best of luck in whatever he's doing. Epic Motorcycle Adventures. The R90 is a brilliant little bike. Yeah. I've got to admit, it was okay, but to me it didn't live up to the fanfare that it was sort of launched with. Everyone was going on about the R90, so I was really excited to try it, and it just didn't do anything for me really when I rode it. To be fair, that was the first one, so maybe it's changed a bit since then, but it didn't really do much for me. I had one and I filmed on it, but it just did nothing for me, and I thought this is going to be a crap vid because I'm just sort of beige about it, so I never bothered editing any of it, and I think I've deleted the footage now. Alan Duncan, updated my Google account with my name. Cheers, Al. Figured it would be less confusing. Hello there. What do you reckon to the Tiger 1200? Would anything tempt you off a GS? Again, the Tiger 1200, time and time again, has been launched with a big... This is probably why PR teams never contact me, because I say stuff like this. But they get launched with a big fanfare about, this is the best ever adventure bike, it's lighter, it's more agile, blah, 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 blah. Then I get it, I ride it, although I've not ridden the new 1200. I'll say that. I have not ridden the new 1200 yet. But you ride them and you're like, it's a bit better, but it's still nowhere. It's not even on the same calibre of agility and performance as the KTMs, Ducatis, even the GS. I've heard similar about the new 1200, although I personally have not ridden it yet. So until I do, or somebody like I hear firsthand off of somebody like Chops or Dickie Vegas or Andy or someone like that who's ridden it, until I get that kind of feedback, then I'll not believe it. I'll not believe it. I think the Triumph is just, it's a very good bike for those that want a smooth ride, for those especially with pillions. It hits a certain demographic, but I think if you want agility, performance, and a bit of a ball tickle, the Triumph Tiger probably isn't. It's not going to be my top of the list personally. I would always be looking at some of the other manufacturers for sure. And yeah, GS is on there for sure. But the GS isn't the biggest ball tickler at all, by any stretch. I think it goes KTM, Ducati, then something like the GS. Anyway, Ryan Mills, mesh jacket on a naked bike. I'd love to try a mesh jacket. Yeah, I haven't got one. I'd love to try one. Darren Lindsay, when I was at Biarritz, it was 35 and opening my visor was worse than keeping it closed. I ended up closing the vents because I was getting hot air through them. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It tends to be like, I tend to notice it like above 35 for sure. Yeah, it's better to keep your visor shut because it's just like, it's like having either an oven blowing at you or a hairdryer blowing at you. Not that I remember what a hairdryer is like anymore. But yeah, Uncle Semtex, got to go. Great chat. See you at the weekend. Chin up, Bruce. Love you. Nice one. Cheers now, Harley. Look after yourself, pal. And we'll see you at the weekend. Demo Shavo ordered a minus 25 decibel cable from the link. From Pink Noise, ordered a negative 25 decibel cable from Pink Noise for Cardo to GoPro. I think you have minus 35. Yeah, that's the attenuator cable, isn't it? Yeah, you need that because if you don't have that, the audio from the Cardo, from your comms unit, is powered. You know, it's getting powered off the battery, whereas the audio from your lav mic that connects to your GoPro, that isn't powered. That's powered off of the GoPro, so it doesn't have its own power source. So the decibel levels that will come from your comms will be much, much, much higher than the GoPro, and you just end up with really badly distorted audio. It just peaks and it's almost unusable. So you put this attenuator cable in, it's like a filter. It just brings that noise level down. This is the chat I was having with Martin with Ventura about, is that the setup he has, which to my eyes look identical to what I've got, but his audio comes into the GoPro and it's a perfect identical volume as to his audio off of his mic. So when you play that video back, you have both audio levels pretty much matched. Whereas when I do it, if you've watched my vid on how to fix the audio, you'll see when I do it, my voice is at this level and the comms is very quiet, much, much quieter. And I have to boost that in post all the time. It's no drama. It's easy enough to do if you know what you're doing. So yeah, that's what I was saying with Martin with Ventura. We're going to sort of try and get to the bottom of that and see why. Where was that? That was... Who's that chatted to me there? That was Damo, wasn't it? Yeah, so next one. Epic Motorcycle Adventures. I've been instructing in this heat the last few days. It's been proper warm. Bloody hell, I bet it has, man. Jesus. 24 Charlie. What area in Germany did you ride through? Myself and Helen going Bavaria, May 23rd. Oh, Jesus. Where did I ride from? I kind of went right through... sort of on the western edge. I came in. Where did I come in? Let me try and remember. Up in the north, so up in the sort of northern half. Yeah, because I came through from Luxembourg into Germany, and then from there I sort of came diagonally all the way down, right down into the southeast corner, and then from there down into Austria, and then from Austria into Slovenia. It was awesome. Just a Kalimoto route. Just follow Kalimoto. It was brilliant. I don't think it chucked up a bad road, actually. Richard Priestley, I remember riding my Gixxer in Italy when it was 35 degrees. It was just like riding into a hairdryer output for sure. Ian Judd, brew time number 100, Austin Vince. Do you know, I've thought about getting Austin on. He'd be quite entertaining after a beer or five. I think Austin could be a lot of fun. Average bikers in a cave. Dog walk time. Top banter, folks, and stay safe. Nice one, boys. Cheers for joining us. Look after yourselves, all right? Ian Judd, first rule of GS Club. Stitch, don't talk about GS Club. That's me buggered then, innit? Ben Farmer, re-GS. I don't ride one till I'm in a position to buy one because I know I'll want one. Yeah, for sure. It tends to be the way, really, with a lot of people. Although, some of my mates... took the GS out after I've had a couple and they just don't see what the fuss is. They don't get on with them at all. So I think you're either a GS wanker or you're not. So it's either going to grab you or not. Debbie Clegg, you remember your ride on a KTM, you remember where you've been on a GS. Do you know that's very true, Debbie? Absolutely, that is very true. Yeah, the KTM's the rider's bike, isn't it? It's an experience, much more of an engaging experience. But I think I'd still have the GS in my garage. John McPhee, Bruce, I was visiting the helmet inspector today, picking up my Arai that got smacked by a 25 to 30 foot falling branch on the way to the boat for the Picos. Helmet passed and Martin was talking about your podcast. Oh, nice one. Awesome. He's a nice guy, isn't he, Martin? Very nice chap. If you've not seen that one yet, folks, look for the... is it the Helmet Inspector? I think it's called. It's a podcast. Martin was on that one. It's a cracking little business he's got going there. Steve Fletcher, it's around the time we normally hear from Mr. Jones. Oh, yeah. Brian. Yeah. Has Brian had a beer or two? Let's see if there's any... Is Brian's in the clan, isn't he? I think he's in the clan. Adam Shand, I'm 35, thanks, still far off middle-aged, and I'd be Tiger 1200 if anything. Why go Messerschmitt when you can have Spitfire? It's definitely not a Spitfire. Definitely not a Spitfire. Martin Yoxall, Ben Farmer, don't buy one until you've paid for our Isle of Man trip. That's right, Ben. You've got a lot of people. I think there's about 50 people, so that's a lot of 500 quid you need to find, mate. Ben Farmer, hope Dom, Boothie and any other crashers are all on the mend. RIP to all those less fortunate. Yeah, it was a fairly severe year this year, wasn't it? But I mean, it was never really going to be any other way, was it? You'd have had 3 years off, and sadly, it's just the nature of the sport, isn't it? So, yeah, thoughts go out to everyone that's involved in it. But it's the nature of the sport. Demo Shavo, got to go and walk the dog. Catch you Friday, buddy. Nice one. Cheers, Demo. See you Friday, pal. Paul Creasy, in the same boat, Ben Farmer. One test ride could be fatal to the bank balance, and apparently we need an extension first. Ryan Mills, if you was to build a bike using bits from all of the bikes, what bits would you use? Oh, bloody hell. Right, folks, I'm just seeing the time. I'm going to call it quits at 10 o'clock. So we have 10 minutes left. Okay. What was that? What bits would I use? I would use the KTM. Do you know, I would use the KTM Super Adventure S, and I'd get the BMW engineers to build it. That's what I would do, because I think the KTM Super Adventure S is like the best riding adventure bike out there, and I just wish it was more reliable than my experience of it. So if it was, there'd be one in my garage. Ben Farmer at Martin Yoxall, no chance. What, you mean you're not paying for everyone, Ben? Oh, that's the deal. That's the deal. Ryan Mills, and what would you call it? Oh, what, the bike? My bike. I would call it the... Oh, God. I don't know. I can't think of anything funny to say. I don't know. Z KTM. That'll do. Jamie K. Hi all. Just got in from work. Carry on. Just Jamie. Have a drink, mate, if you're enjoying it. Ventour, heading off now, Bruce. Thanks for the live chat. We'll message you soon so we can look at the wiring. All the best to all the clan too. Thanks, Martin. Look after yourself, mate. Matt from Leeds. Much respect to your video editing skills. I've been having a dabble at DaVinci Resolve. 1 a.m. and my eyes were on stocks and I had a sleepless night thinking about editing. Welcome, Mark. It'll get you. It'll grab you. Never tried DaVinci Resolve, actually. Ben Farmer, Paul Creasy. I haven't even say on one for that reason. I think he should say, I haven't even sat on one for that reason. Is that the GS? Jamie K. Here, Bruce, what's happening about your paint job on your helmet, or have you missed it? You have missed it. Phil's been in touch. It is still happening. It's going to arrive. He said he will just see me somewhere with the lid. So he's obviously got a plan that I'm not party to yet, but it is still happening. Mark Mundy. Being a die-in-the-wool Triumph fanboy, I'm one of the few misfits that turn up for a clan ride on a Tiger 1200. The new Tiger 1200 is a big step up from the old one. We'll be having one next year. Well, that's interesting then, Mark. That's interesting. Like I said, I'll sort of reserve judgment till I chuck my leg over it. But I'd heard the opposite from some of the other journals, to be honest. But if you like it, if you like it, you like it. I think biking is really a really personal thing, and what's one person's mud is another person's diamond, if that makes any sense. One person's rock is another person's diamond. So I look forward, hopefully I'll get a chance to chuck my leg over one at some point. Stitch, brill question at Jamie K. What was that? Oh, about the paint job. Yes. I'm missing doing flyer. Andy, how you doing, pal? Hey, Brucey, sorry for the late join. No worries at all, mate. Appreciate you joining. Enjoy your beer. Me again, folks. This isn't so much a sponsor, but I want to give a big shout out to all of you out there in the clan over on Patreon. You folks out there, you're allowing me to keep living the dream. I really couldn't do it without the support of each and every one of you over there. So a huge thank you to you. I know times are hard at the moment. People are coming and going on Patreon all the time, but any and all support is very much appreciated by me. So a huge thank you for that. I'll leave links down below for Patreon if you're interested. It really is a huge help. And everybody out there who watches the vids, who listens to the podcast, who gives a thumbs up, even thumbs down, anyone that comments on any of the vids, if you share it, if you tell your mates about it, it all really helps. So a massive thanks to all of you for your ongoing support. Gordy 2Bob Rocket. As an aging newbie, 62 and loving it, do I go straight to a GS as a first big bike? Honestly, best advice, just set yourself up for some test rides of any and all bikes that you like the look of or the sound of. Just chuck your leg over them, take them for a spin and see what you think, because everybody's different. So, Jess is a great bike, but it's not for everybody. And if you're just starting to ride, there might be other bikes out there that do it for you. So, you need no point in spending, God, what's now 20 grand on a bike if it's not going to do it for you. So you'll only find that out by test riding them. Adam Shan, quick, seeing as TMF is now here, Plane versus Bike Take 2, when? By far one of the best videos on YouTube. Again, we keep saying it, honestly, like, me, Andy, Chops, Dickie, we keep saying it that we need to do another one, but it's trying to find a time when we're all together, and we have to come up with a format, that's going to get the views in, because believe it or not, that vid just didn't do particularly well. Okay, we split it across the channels, but we need to put our thinking caps on, and none of us have the time at the moment, sadly, but it will happen. It will happen. Robert Aitken, got to go, Bruce. Dorothy says I badly need to catch up with my beauty sleep. Keep up the good work. Nice one, Robert. You look after yourself, pal. See you soon. Cheddy, TMF, can I get your autograph? Andy, that's my mate Amish, the one that keeps trying to kill himself when he comes away on bike tours with me. Pete English, speaking of tour vids, Bruce, don't you have a Canaries Tenerife video hiding somewhere? Oh my God, I do. That's another one that's not been done. That was December, wasn't it? Oh my God, yes, I've still got another Canaries Tenerife vid to edit. Sorry, Jesus. Ryan Mills, would you rather a track bike in your garage or an off-road enduro? I think I would rather the off-road bike at the moment. When I did that thing with Phoenix down in Salisbury, I got to admit I did start having a little look on Fleabay for little enduro bikes, but yeah, I'm pissing in the wind at the moment. I haven't got the cash for it, but I think an off-road bike for me, to be honest. I enjoy track, but I'd like to get to grips with off-road, I think. Debbie Clegg, TP1 round the world, bike name. Oh, it's called the Beast. It was the Beast, the original Beast. Before KTM came out with this Super Duke car, the Beast bollocks. No. My Gixxer was the Beast. Robert Aitken. Oh no, sorry, that was Ryan Mills. Would you rather we just covered that one. Track bike or enduro? Be enduro. Adam Shan. TMF and Chops have ridden the Tiger. Both give it good reviews. Oh, have you? I didn't know you lads had ridden that, Andy. I'm so behind with YouTube. I'm so behind with it. I haven't got the time anymore. Biker España, night all. I have an early start tomorrow to get the KTM serviced. See some of you at Wildbad next week. Oh yeah, Chris, you're coming all the way over, aren't you? Chris is over in Spain, obviously, being Biker España. Nice one, mate. I'm sorry I'm going to miss you, pal, but hopefully another time we'll get to meet up. Look after yourself. Martin Yoxall, I'm going to my bed now. Have a ride up to London tomorrow for new leg bits. Oh, awesome. Is this one going to have the ping pong table feature? I said table. The ping pong table feature. Missington Flyer, we need to make the time, mate. Those collabs are what it's all about. I know, mate. I'm 100% up for it. But every time I bring up ideas for it, it's either deathly silence or people just say, I've been drinking again or whatever. Come on, I'm up for it. Let's do it. Andy, let's me and you grab it by the horns. Let's make it happen. And the other two idiots, they'll follow. Right, folks, we are almost at 10 o'clock. I'm going to have to call it quits because my wife's up at the crack of dawn tomorrow and she's in the room next door. So I need to end it very soon. Where are we? Darren Lindsay, Bruce, a changed man, actually enjoying off-road. Just get some 50/50 tyres on the GS. Do you know, genuinely, I don't mind off-road. I actually quite enjoy it. And I did play up on that quite a bit. But I'm just shit at it. But yeah, I do enjoy it. Stitch, Andy and Chop should have swapped bikes for those Tiger reviews. Well, I haven't seen it. I think I need to see the videos to get that. Adam Shan, too right. Andy, the collabs are fantastic videos. I watched the Toro Adventure videos again earlier today whilst the wife got her hair done. That's a prime example, actually. Even Lyndon from Toro, he's trying to get all of us back there to do a sort of another reunion type vid down there. It's just impossible trying to find time when we're all free that we can get down there. But it will happen. It will happen. Paul Creasy, good night, all off to stand outside in the rain. Cheers, Paul. Look after yourself, pal. Debbie Clegg, cheers. Cheers, Debbie. Right, folks, I'm going to have to call it quits now. So thank you very much for joining us on here. Everyone's saying goodbye in the comments. Goodbye to everybody. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your evening to join me on this. Sorry about the technical issues earlier on. What can we say? Keep doing your thing. Keep looking after those that you love. Get on out there whenever you possibly can. But most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha! See you, folks. Oh, I've not done sponsor readouts, have I? I'll do them in the audio one. Sorry, I'm not doing them in the video. I'll do them in the audio. See ya.